Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, or aka the King of Boston, and today we are going to do a quick little trade here. So I'm trading my first round pick for the Bucks' upcoming first round pick and another first round pick in the 2015 draft. The reasoning behind this deal was because I'm looking to trade my upcoming first round picks, and I was just kind of scrolling through the trade finder and I actually found that one, and I thought about it for a long time, and I was thinking the game probably thinks that this Pistons team isn't going to do too well this year, so it probably has our pick rated at a high value and the Bucks at maybe a little bit less of a value, so that's probably why they wanted 2 first-round picks for it. But when I looked at the standings, I actually saw the Bucks like 3 or 4 games behind us or something like that. So, you know, we got a real steal of a deal there, and I think my best shot for trading those picks, my upcoming 3 first-round draft picks, is going to be actually during the trade deadline, which kind of hurts me because I want to make a deal this year, and maybe I will, we'll see. If I want to make a deal this year and try to push our team to the next level this year instead of waiting another year. But, we'll see. It all depends on, what offers we get or whatever, what we can find through the trade finder. But anyways, you can see we're facing the Memphis Grizzlies in today's game, and this is a matchup of arguably 2 of the best centers in the NBA. I don't know. I mean, after it seems like it's kind of a consensus that Dwight Howard's the best center in the NBA, and after that, it's kind of, you could go with Brook Lopez, you could go with Marc Gasol, you could go with Roy Hibbert, you could go with Andrew Bynum when he's healthy. I don't know. If you want to consider like Greg Monroe a center, or Al Jefferson, you could throw Al Jefferson in there. But I think Marc Gasol is very talented center. He's very crafty. Him and Zach Randolph are a great combo. They're very good offensive players. Gasol is a good defender too. He's a good shot blocker. Randolph not so much, but Randolph more than makes up for it with his offensive rebounding, and is just, I'm honestly in awe of Zach Randolph. I love watching him play. He's so crafty. He's just so fun to watch. But anyway, you can see here Brandon Knight's going to dish this one off, or going to try to dish this one off to Chris Douglas-Roberts, but it's going to get stolen. And now Wayne Ellington on the fast break is going to lay that one in. So the Grizzlies have an early 3-point lead on us in the first quarter. So now Brandon Knight's going to try to set something up. He's going to find Chris Douglas-Roberts, who I didn't know had such a good mid-range game, actually. But he really does have a good, he's not a bad shooter. And I'm glad to see that because he's decently athletic. And like I said, he's a pretty good shooter, so I really like seeing that from him. And you can see Cody Zeller in the post. He's going to go up and under, completely fooling, I believe that was Maurice Spates. I almost got a 5 seconds back to the basket call. Probably lucky I didn't get one there, but eventually was able to really fool Spates on that one. And Ellington pulls up there. He's going to miss, but on the rebound now, Quincy Pondexter is going to lay that one up and in. So the Grizzlies still have a 3-point lead, pretty back and forth for the first quarter, at least for the most part. You can see Jared Bayless here getting a rebound. Jared Bayless is another player I really like. I think he's a great addition to this Memphis Grizzlies team. When he started last year for the Trailblazers after Jose Calderon got hurt for a portion of the second half of the season, Bayless really excelled. He really showed his potential. He showed what he could be in this league. And I think that he's going to really thrive as a role player for the Memphis Grizzlies. He already has this year, actually. And it's really added to that Grizzlies bench that was decently thin last year. Last year I think the Grizzlies' problem was they had a very solid starting 5. But O.J. Mayo wasn't the 6th man that they were looking for. And I just think that, they needed something else off their bench. And I think, the combination of Bayless, Spates, Pondexter, I think it's a good bench this year for the Grizzlies. But anyway, you can see Zach Randolph getting the and one, getting hyped. Grizzlies up 6 here. Mike Conley at the top of the key, and he's gonna try and put some moves on Isaiah Cannon, who's not a very good defender. I'm trying to work on Isaiah Cannon's athleticism a little bit, and hopefully that can lead to him becoming a better defender. But Rodney Stuckey getting around the screen here, and he's gonna get this one in, get the and one. And we're going to cut the lead there. But now it looks like Tony Roden, another guy who I really like, mainly because of his size. I think anytime you can get a 6'6" point guard, I think that's pretty cool. I really like Tony Roden too. I hope he can develop. I know he's spent some time in the D-League this year, but Chandler Parsons banging that 3. I really need to get Chandler Parsons involved in the offense a little bit more. I feel like at this point he's the 5th option. And, even if you put Muhammad and Zeller out there, I feel like I'd go to them more than I would even go to Chandler Parsons, because Parsons isn't really a guy who can create a shot off a dribble, but I look to him a lot in the fast break because he's very good at leaking out and hitting threes. And obviously, if I can just call some plays for him once or twice a game, or at least once or twice more than I already am, just call some plays for him, get some off-ball screens going, I really think he can improve. But like I said, I really like Chandler Parsons. I'm hoping I can develop him into a pretty nice player. But you can see it's a 3-point game now. Outlet 2, Parsons, who's going to dish this one off to Rodney Stuckey. Jab steps, drives to the lane, and it's going to get the and one, a chance to tie up this ball game for the Detroit Pistons. You can see he's getting pretty hyped there. But we're going to enter halftime down by 2. I believe this game was, it did take place on Thanksgiving, as you can see, kind of around the little halftime thing. But 4-point game now. Mike Conley, top of the key, trying to go to work. He's going to hand it off to Jared Bayless. He's going to pop a 3. And Jared Bayless is a very nice 3-point shooter. Really had that shot for a while, even when he was at Arizona. But Brandon Knight now coming around the screen, looking for Dwight Howard. He's going to lob it up, and this is actually going to almost get stolen by Chandler Parsons. It was meant for Dwight, but Parsons ended up getting that one there. Now Gasol, a nice pass to Zach Randolph. Gasol is arguably the best passing big man in the NBA, showing it there. Randolph getting another and one now. Rodney Stuckey's going to pull up for 3. He's going to miss it, but Greg Monroe on the boards. And like I said before with Chandler Parsons, I don't want Greg Monroe to get lost in the equation either. Sometimes I feel like I don't utilize him enough, although I did play a live stream game against the Boston Celtics, and the Boston Celtics start Brandon Bass at the 4, although they haven't been doing that of recent, but they do in this game, and I was able to take advantage of that mismatch a lot because Greg Monroe is just a lot better. I mean, Brandon Bass is not a good defender at all, so you know, I really want to take advantage of mismatches like that one and, you know, keep Greg Monroe in the offense. But you can see a nice putback there by, I believe, Jared Bayless. But Rodney Stuckey here trying to get something going, trying to close this gap. He's going to find Dwight Howard, who's going to up fake and get the and one, a chance to cut this lead to 3. And Dwight Howard, obviously not the best free throw shooter, so he would not convert. But Brandon Knight now putting the moves on, getting in the lane, and he's going to miss the tough layup. But Deshaun Thomas, one of my favorite players so far. Definitely, I love watching him at Ohio State, and he's really been a solid role player for us so far as in this Pistons association. He's a great hustle player, gets a lot of boards, runs the big and roll pretty well. He can do a lot of things, which I really like, and you can see the alley-oop to Tony Allen there. But you might have noticed in the top left-hand corner, the next time Brandon Knight controls the ball, you might want to take a look at his stats. As you can see, Cody Zeller getting the tough lay-in there. But Brandon Knight's nearing a triple-double, as you can see, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Knight's going to pop a 3 here. He's got 9 points now, so he's closing in on a potential triple-double. And this, yeah, you guys probably know from my MyCAREER videos, getting a triple-double is what I think is probably one of the coolest things in basketball, one of the coolest accomplishments you can do, one of the coolest things you can do, I should say. I pretty much always try to get one with my MyCAREER, and I was really trying to get one with Brandon Knight here, but Dwight Howard with the and one, chance to put us up by 6, and he would actually convert the free throw there. So 3-point game, but Brandon Knight's going to answer back, and he's going to get another 3, so he's got 14 points now. Knight doesn't shoot the ball too much anymore, definitely not as much as he did in year 1 with the added offensive weapons around him. But, you know, I mean, he's a great 3-point shooter, and if I can get him off ball and some inbound plays like that, you know, I'm definitely going to hit him. But Dwight Howard getting a dunk there, that's going to give Brandon Knight another assist. I believe that was his 8th or 9th of the game. I'm not sure. But Brandon Knight's a really good rebounder, too, for a guy his size. I was very amazed. And it's not even just this game. I mean, he averaged about 5 rebounds a game in year 1, and I think in the game I played in the live stream against the Celtics, he was closing in another triple-double. So he's a really good rebounder. I really like that about him. As you can see, he has 9 rebounds, needs 1 more for that triple-double. Jared Bayless now trying to go to work on Shabazz Muhammad. I want to work on Shabazz Muhammad's defense. I feel like, you know, even if I got rid of Rodney Stuckey, and just so you guys know, Rodney Stuckey is a free agent after this year, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to re-sign him or not. So is Greg Monroe, but Greg Monroe has already said he will re-sign, so I'll probably throw a max contract at him or something like that. We'll see. I'll make sure to record that if I do, you know, re-sign him. But, you know, even if I get rid of Rodney Stuckey and I try to get a lower, you know, maybe a lower-priced guy, kind of like a, you know, a lockdown defender like a Tony Allen, or I know a lot of guys mentioned Iman Shumpert, and if you guys did notice, Brandon Knight did get that triple-double. But, you know, I feel like I'm not confident starting Shabazz Muhammad unless I can get his perimeter defense up. I really like the idea of, if we're going to be a championship contender, I want a lockdown defender in my starting lineup. And I don't know if that's what what Chandler Parsons is going to become, but we'll see. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up this video. We really pulled away in the 3rd and 4th quarter and ended up beating the Memphis Grizzlies. So as you can see, we're going to end up winning 112-98, beating them in a lot of categories, especially a lot of the important ones. Shot 61% and held them to 42. That's huge. And you can see Dwight Howard with a huge game, 23.6 rebounds and 3 blocks. Brandon Knight with his triple-double. Parsons actually had 14 points. That's nice to see. Stuckey had 12 and Muhammad had 11. Muhammad didn't get too many shots, but he did convert when he was able to get the ball in his hands. And even Jonas Jerebko had about 6 points. I really like Jonas Jerebko. I actually wish I could play him a little bit more, but he kind of gets lost in the rotation sometimes. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I'll leave you with the post-game highlights, and as always, I'm out. Peace.
Big Willie, baby.